We're live? Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is Earl Rush from the Straight Up Talk show tonight. I have the privilege and the honor to go one on one with the fabulous Miriam Watkins. She's originally from Tennessee, but she now resides in Tallahassee, Florida. The reason why I brought Miriam on today is because I've been in this game for a long, long time, and I have created a lot of drama. I've done a whole lot of crazy stuff. And I know how people are. It's a cutthroat business very much. But Miriam, to me, is a breath of fresh air. She supports everyone, everybody, all her friends. She's a rarity. It's not all about Miriam, okay? So that's why I thought with COVID coming on everything, I think we need a little positivity on the airways. There's so much of this racial tension and everything. So I want everyone to come on and find out about this fabulous young lady. So without further ado, good evening, Miriam Watkins. How are you?
Good evening, Earl. Thank you so much for having me. I call it an honor, and I'm just excited that we get a chance to be with each other and have some quality time.
Oh, okay. Now, Miriam, as I said, she supports everyone. She's got several groups out, pro-positive black groups, and she focuses on everybody working together. And I've been watching her for a while, and I'm like, this lady is always so positive. In the beginning, I was like, she's a little bit too positive. But you make those people that are happy all the time. I'm like, And then as years went by, I realized she's just genuinely a nice person, and she really cares about people. And so I brought her on today, so I want everybody to find out about Miss Miriam Watkins. Miriam, I've read your bio, but I'm going to let you tell everybody everything. Everybody didn't get a chance to. I see that you started dancing at 3.
Yes, yes. And it was an interesting experience, and I remember it clear as day because my mom had me in ballet, and I remember our first performance. And I got out to the edge of the stage and I sat down. Like I didn't perform. It was so many people and everybody else was sitting down. So it wasn't that I didn't like dance. She thought I didn't, and I didn't know how to communicate that, but I loved it. It's just that it was so many people. It freaked me out. I sat down. They were sitting down. I decided to do the same thing. But the joke is that my mom really wanted me to sing, because she received a vocal scholarship to college. So she thought her daughter should sing. And she started singing. She heard me sing in the back seat. And she screamed, "My child is tone deaf." And so she took me out of ballet and put me into piano lessons so that I would start learning how to hear tones. And she hoped in her mind that that would help me learn how to sing. And so I did piano lessons for at least 7 years, a little bit more. And then after that, I decided, because I had a little bit of toughness about me, I wanted to play the drums. And my junior high band instructor wouldn't allow me to play the drums because he said the guys only played the drums. So he allowed me to play the bell and the xylophone. So I played that. And then I started with a dance group in junior high that I really, really, really liked. My friend's mother started us with modern and jazz, and so we continued that. And then I went through high school, did majorette. And when I came to Tallahassee for business school. And when I was younger, my mom, when we were making this decision, because I looked at Howard, I looked at Hampton, and I looked at FAMU, and I looked at JSU. So all of our majorettes that had been captains were going to Jackson State and received scholarships. And I went there to visit, and I was like, okay, good, I'm going to follow them. And my mom had a heart-to-heart conversation with me, and she said, look, you might want to consider some other schools. And we started looking, and we talked about what my strengths were, and she thought my strengths were business. And we talked about Howard, and then we talked about FAMU. And when I was in Memphis, my mom hadn't made a decision yet to move to DC or the DC area, which was in Maryland. And so she thought FAMU would be closer. And so I went to FAM, but they did not have a dance troupe. So we had a hip hop team, and I am former Girls of Poison. Yes. And we had Boys of Poison. So it was hip hop. And after a little bit of dancing with Girls of Poison, I thought it was a good idea to have a team because I was accustomed to dancing near the band and on the field, which was definitely a challenge when you have the marching 100 at FAM. So they allowed us to dance, but they wouldn't necessarily always let us on the field. We got on the field like once. So I started a dance team spring of '94 called Venom Dancers. It's still in existence. We celebrated our 25th year last year. I missed the actual celebration because Tomas was turning 50 years old, and I had to go celebrate Tomas in Orlando. So I missed my 25th year anniversary, but you know, you can't turn away Tomas. He was turning 50. But we had that, and then I stopped dancing for a while. I even went through a period where I became a certified spinning instructor, and I wanted to figure out how to get back into dance as an adult. And so I started with ballroom dancing, but it necessarily didn't give me that spunk that I needed, which of course I'm accustomed to dancing the drums. So I was looking for something that had more of an Afro feel. And then I started with salsa. So, and I'm just in love with salsa, and I just want to dance all the time. And what I tell people is that the reason why I stay positive is I know what it feels like to be sad. And in 2010, I remember going to a client's office and getting a phone call that a guy said my best friend had passed. And I said, no, I was like, she's with her mom. I was like, she just doesn't have coverage with her mom. I talked to her on Thursday. And when I called her mom said, I'm so sorry, I've been tied up. And, you know, we don't have a lot of coverage out here. And she did pass. And that shook my foundation because I hadn't experienced a true loss. And it took me a very long time to get over that. But how I was able to get through the pain was to continue to pray. And in my church family, they were like, pray, pray, pray. And I was like, I'm praying, but I'm sitting at home with these thoughts. Like, I need to do other stuff. And so I just made myself extra busy dancing, and it made me feel good. And so that's why when I talk to people about dance, I let them know that dance was a great thing to help heal me in the process, as well as prayer. I don't discount that. But I consider dance to be a healing principle, and I'm never stopping to dance. I'm dancing all the time. I enjoy it. I don't care what happens. I don't care all the craziness that goes on. I'm still going to dance. I've never stopped dancing throughout the entire pandemic. I just did a lot of stuff online and did a whole bunch of shines. And if I have to do shines for 5 years, I'll do them for 5 years until we get back. And I'm just thankful for the people that help me. Like, I lead and follow. And people that really have been instrumental was Adrienne Lupkin. She was teaching in Tallahassee, and then she moved to New York. She ended up eventually dancing with Eddie Torres, and she does a lot with Frankie Martinez now. Al and Nia out of Atlanta. Al is one of the persons that actually truly got me on the lead as a female. He taught me a lot about leading and connection, and I can't thank him and Nia enough for everything that they've done. And then I went and I started training with Tomas because I wanted to be certified as a lead and as a follow. So I would drive to Orlando, and he's about 4 hours from us now. I would drive to Orlando so that I could be certified Santa Rico, so that I would know how to lead and follow on that. And so I went through the whole program. And those are people that have been truly instrumental. And last but not least is Anna Masakote, because I was trying to spin and I didn't understand why my spins weren't working or why they weren't good. And Anna explained that most important thing, girl, you got to have the capability to do it. And my ankles weren't strong enough. So she helped me get my ankles strong and learn that technique. And her and Joelle were very instrumental about understanding music. And as someone that had been exposed to instruments, I immediately connected with Joelle. And I'm just thankful for them, for having them in my life, for supporting me and believing in me. And ultimately, I just want people to know, I know it's a lot going on right now, but for me, dance helped me connect to a lot of people of different cultures, It helped me connect to myself more, to learn how to control my body, to stay in shape. Dance helped to heal me. There's nothing wrong with dance. We just got to clean up some other things. But I just don't want people to stop dancing. I want them to believe that it's possible. So thank you for having me.
Oh wow, that was a
Having me.
wonderful story. And I happen to know everybody that you mentioned in that story.
Yeah.
I know Tomas and Anna and Joel. Yeah, I know them all. But enough about me. This is about you and your friends. Okay. So,
Yeah.
how did you get to meet my two partners in clave, Lorenzo Hare and Shaka Brown?
Okay, so now both of them I met through congresses and festivals. So, and I didn't know that Shaka graduated from FAM because when I was at FAM, I was locked in. Like, I didn't do a lot of partying. I wasn't out. I did my dance. And when we did performances, I did what I was supposed to do. I went and danced. I left and I went back to my books and then I went to work. So, like, I was strapped. And so I met them through festivals and congresses. And Renzo, it's so crazy. Like, I have a photo of me and Renzo. I showed it to my mama, and my mom was like, he has to be family. I said, I know. The reason why I say that is because he's from Arkansas. My family's from Arkansas. My family, I have portions of my mom's family and my dad's family that moved from Arkansas to California. Renzo did too. And so, with that being said, of course, there was an initial connection, with him. And then I brought him to do like a couple of parties in Tallahassee, and literally, he just became like my family. So his other place of living is Tallahassee, and so we love him a lot here. He's my friend. He says hanging out with me is like hanging out with a guy. That ain't right. He got mad because I only had cinnamon in my cupboard. He was like, how you be a girl and you only have cinnamon in your cupboard? I was mad. I go out to eat.
What can you do? What can you do? So, ma'am, what made you get into salsa dancing?
And I tell you, the real reason why salsa is such a big deal, I think, is because it allows us as once you get a little bit older and you've been at the club and you turned up at the club a little bit, and when you go out dancing, there's somebody that's like directly behind you, and you're like, hold up. I wanted to have more of I call it an elegant experience. And I felt salsa did that. And I wanted to actually dance. Like, I really wanted to dance.
Mm-hmm.
And salsa allowed me to learn different movements. The music is awesome. It's amazing. So, of course, I gravitated to that. And then I was introduced to salsa first and then fell in love with cha-cha and bachata.
Okay.
So I only teach those items.
Mm-hmm.
I will go and practice with people for kizomba, but that's not something that I teach, nor I want to get into teaching that, because I want to stick to what I know and what I feel comfortable with for now. And I feel comfortable with those three: salsa, bachata, and cha-cha.
Okay. Well, that's just that. So
Yeah.
I understand that at first you used to dance on one, and then you traveled up to New York and took some classes with Eddie Therese, and you never went back to one, and you've been
Man,
doing.
no.
So even down in Tallahassee right now, you dance on two. You don't dance on one down there.
If someone asks me to dance on one, I dance on one because I want to dance with as many people as I can. And I also dance casino. If they ask me to dance casino, I'll dance it. But if you ask me what I choose on two. I feel more comfortable with it. I just love the way the music feels when I'm dancing it, and it's just my preference. And that's what I teach in Tallahassee, which is why I went and had to get so much training outside, is because Tallahassee was, of course, an LA scene and on one scene. And it was also a student. We're a college town. So the scenes were pretty much run by students. And that's a great thing. And I appreciate the dance teams that we have in Tallahassee: Corazon, Azúcar, Synthesis. We even have a tango team that's in Tallahassee, and they're all based out of the colleges, FSU, and they have some members that are at FAMU or TCC. So I appreciate them a lot. It's just that I'm 45, so I wanted to have an environment where I could increase the scene that was in the community as well. And the main reason why is because if we didn't have the studio right now, there would be no option for anybody to do anything online or anything, because the colleges are shut down. Like, as far as the students aren't on campus, they're doing things online, right? So I think it was good that we started the studio, and that's been my only concentration, is to try to build a community and to have something for people that are young professionals as well. And so that's what we did. But I'm thankful the college students support the studio as well. So it's not like, hey, no college, and it's not like that at all. It's just that I wanted to have something where we could have an expansion, which is a higher median age that was attending some of the events. So that's what we do.
So you got some friends coming on. I haven't seen them in the studio yet, but I wanted to ask you, what makes you want to help people?
I think the biggest thing is in life, people have different goals, right? So my ultimate goal was to build the community in Tallahassee. That's my goal. My ultimate goal was to teach people to dance to dance cha-cha. That's what I wanted to do in the community. And then we started modern bachata. That's what I wanted in the community. I find that at my age and at my level, that all that I'm content, I guess is what I can say. So what I've learned is that if somebody's not content in where they are, they want to allow you to have stage, right? It'll be about them, right? And that's not a bad thing. That means that they have a different level that they're trying to go to until they get to their point of contentment, right? So that's not a bad thing. For me, it's a little bit different. My business has been insurance, and for me, I've been at the top of my business, and I was only there through people that supported me and loved me through it, right? So when I get into dance, it's the same way. I feel like a lot of the people that are coming through, they're people that have desires and they want to be able to be at the top of the scene. Then I want to be able to encourage them to do just that, because I know what it feels like to be encouraged. With that being said, that doesn't mean that you don't have challenges. It just means that my desire is to be able to see the community grow. And I really, really, really want more people of color, especially more Black dancers in the scene. So my biggest concern, which is why I got all of these people, all my friends coming in, is that I want people that are Black to know that they're Black people that dance salsa, bachata, and cha-cha, and it's not abnormal for that to happen. That's what we do. We dance it, and it has foundations of African heritage, and people need to know that. And we need to support each other that are artists. We need to support the artists, because if we don't support the artists and there's no representation, then how will people ever be encouraged to come back and say, guess what, I want to do it too, because there's space for me. So that's why.
Beautiful. Well, we got some of your friends here. We're gonna bring on. Well,
Shaka, look at that shirt, fam. You baby, yes.
Carmen and Shaka are here. We're gonna we want to talk about her St. Louis Congress, and we also want to talk about her upcoming event that is coming up on August 16th. So I'm going to turn it over to Carmen Guyen. I never knew how to pronounce your name, so I didn't want to say it wrong. But Carmen,
you're all right. You're right. Thank you so much, Earl, for inviting me, and Miriam, thank you for inviting me as well. Yeah, the St. Louis Salsa Congress, man, this would be 11 years going on that journey. So we were blessed to have an amazing 10-year anniversary last year in October, and it was fabulous. We had a really great time. And this year we have, or this August coming up in 2 weeks, actually, we have the Resilience Dance Festival, which is gonna kind of piggyback on what Miriam was saying. We need to support the Black dancers and promoters who are out there already, because we have been out here for years. I'm 20 years into the dance industry, and many people still would know who I was or who I am. So
welcome to the club.
well, we'll talk about that later. but no, it's just you're absolutely right. We've been here, and for reasons or others, there's different obstacles that I'm quite sure that all of us have overcome to be able to be in this space. And so I feel blessed to be able to have done some of those things and overcome some of those obstacles, but then yet be someone who's able to bring other people with me. And in particular, this festival that's coming up in 2 weeks is really dedicated to the Black women, specifically the African-American females who have been in the game for quite some time, but have not been able to, for some reason, have been overseen or overlooked in the mainstream as far as congresses have been concerned, or instruction or teaching or performances, all of those things. And this is just an opportunity to let people see who they are, let people know that they've been here for a very long time, and to hopefully see them on mainstream stages when we're able to come outside and play a little bit.
Nice. That's. I'm all for that. I
appreciate that.
I happen to know some of the ladies that are being featured in the event, but I think I know everybody anyway, so it's all good. But you and Miriam have some groups. She said it was okay if you talked about them. You're administrators of a couple of groups. If you wanted to go into that, or save it for Miriam, or
myself? Yes, I am an administrator for the Black or the Berry, which is an amazing group that Deshaun Brown started probably the beginning part of the pandemic a little bit. And just an awesome idea to be able to have a space created for African-American or Black artists in general, dancers, social dancers, promoters in general, just be able to talk about maybe the things that they're are having issues with, or just their love for the dance of salsa, bachata, zouk, kizomba, anything. It's been great so far. People have really been supportive of each other, and just been a great opportunity to just meet new people.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been great.
I love the group. I'm inspired by it. I tried to get a posting one day. They wouldn't post it. I got mad, so I haven't really. I'm real petty like that. But I just started 2 more other groups. It's all good, But no, it's a great group. You guys get a chance to check it out. Miriam and Guy, who'll be coming on later. He's teaching somewhere. They have another group that we'll discuss later. But now I want to talk about Shaka Brown has a virtual event coming up. And, he kind of shy, even though he's dancing, taught and traveled all over the world. He's kind of soft key. But Shaka, tell us about your events that are coming up.
What's going on, Earl? Hello, Miriam. Hello, Carmen. Thank you guys for inviting me out here to spend some time with you. I think Lorenzo invited me out here too, so I feel like I got to keep coming out here every couple of weeks. It's fun and exciting. That's right. We're having we're continuing our online virtual series for the Capitol Congress, where we're working on providing opportunities for the instructors that we've booked and bringing in new instructors, so that everyone can continue to teach and offer keep their teaching chops honed. So on the 15th as well, we're having Scott McDonald from Miami, and Miss Stacy Pauline is going to be coming. She's going to be teaching a cha-cha workshop. as well. I believe Stacey's going to have a busy day that day because she's doing something with you as well, Carmen. So I'm happy to see that in our August series in the following week, because what we found out is that when we do 4 hours in a day, I get tired. So now we're splitting it up. So we're having 2 hours on one weekend and then 2 hours on the next weekend. And then we'll see how that works before we go into next month. So after that, we're going to have David Cuevas from DC and Michelle Garcia from Boston, who's going to be teaching. But it's not about me. I'm happy to see Miriam. Yes, I am absolutely a rattler, and I had to go work hard to get this shirt because as much as I love FAMU, it's hard sometimes to find a shirt that's not too loud to wear around other people. So you'll have a shirt that's like orange and one thing and got green glitter all over it, and I can't wear it. So,
John, weren't you in the marching band
Yes.
That's right. I spent 2 years marching in the marching band as a flag corps in the Dirty Dozen, dancing up and down in those hot wool outfits in Tallahassee, Florida. That gets hot and humid, and then it gets cold.
Right.
So yes, I did that.
Now, the only reason why I even paid, I found out about Miriam was through you and Lorenzo. Tell me something good about Miriam. Why does everybody like her, and why does her spirit seem to be such a positive vibe?
Oh no, let me correct. Everybody doesn't like me.
If everybody likes you, you're not doing something right. So there got to be something. Somebody be like, man, I don't like her. And then you do something right.
I like to keep it real.
I would imagine if you didn't know her, she's always so positive. A lot of times you get those positive pennies and you get sick of, people are just always positive. You'd be like, oh. But she's generally that way. So, okay, it's all good. Yeah. Is Guy coming on tonight, or is he doing
Yes, he's coming on. He said he won't be able to come on until around 9:30. So that's when he's going to come in. Mm-hmm. And what I was going to talk about real quick is that I wanted to make sure that if there are those that are listening that are Black, that there's several different groups for you to join. There's also one for Black girls do social dance. And so I wanted to mention that. There's another one that's for Black people, Black and people of color, social dancers that's out there. And then Guy and Shauna and I, we didn't really mean to start a group. What happened was I asked for a listing of artists that were Black because I was concerned. And I don't think they mind me sharing it. But what happened was I go and I train with Al and Nia. And so when everything happened, of course, I called and I check on my friends. So I was checking on them. And as I was talking to them, they told me that their property manager wasn't working with them. And so basically with them not being able to have the studio open and them living a little bit from a distance from the studio, that meant they were going to have to shut down the studio. Well, for me, that's where I go to brush up and to get some extra training like I do with Thomas. And it just hurt my heart that they weren't doing that. And I was like, okay, so how many more people are out there like that? Because I think, everybody's like, hey, stay home. And I understood that. But I also knew that staying home meant that there were going to be some people that if they made this a full-time business or even part-time, that they were losing something from that. And so I wanted to know who the artists were. So I put a post in Blacker the Berry and I was like, hey, does anybody have a listing of all the Black artists? And we didn't have one that was there. So I asked Nicole for help because I didn't know how to do it. And she showed me how to do like a Google form and a Google spreadsheet. So we did that and started collecting the names. And then Guy responded. He asked the same question. He was like, is there a listing? And I was like, all we have is this form. And then his concern was the form wasn't easily found, which he was right. And he was like, we need something that's a little bit more outside of social media where you can actually find it. And so he talked about developing a website. And oh my goodness, like the website that he has is amazing. So as he mentioned that on the same post when we were in Blacker the Berry, Aaron responded and said he had a desire to have a name called Black Coalition of Dancers, and he wanted people to be able to connect throughout internationally. So he responded to the same post and said that, and I was like, okay, well, great. So if you all want to talk and try to see if there's something that we can do for our artists so that we can start making sure that everybody is aware of the artists that are out there. So that's how it started out. So when we set the group up, the group is set up so that we could try to get everybody at least registered onto the website so that they would then be able to have some connections outside of that. Some artists aren't on social media all the time, and they have their own reasons as to why. And I kind of understand, you know, when that happens. And so that was the goal. That's what we wanted to do. And we're still making sure that we're doing that. So with that being said, what we do is that's the place where you can advertise like all your events. We want to be spammed by everything that people have going on. We want you to spam. We want you to tell us what's going on. We've loaded up all of the events that we're aware of on the site, even for people that aren't like, you know how sometimes if they're not in your group, you'll be like, I don't support them. Well, that's not kind of how we roll. So there are people that aren't necessarily within the group. I don't care. That ain't my problem. My concern, and I'm going to stay focused on where my concern is. And my concern is making sure that the artists are out and known and that people are aware of that. And so that's what we're doing. That was the goal. And Aaron, Shauna, and Guy have just been awesome and trying to make sure that we reach that goal of setting up the site and getting artists all together and then being able to promote artists. So when you asked me to do this, I was like, yeah, we can talk about me, but straight up, like, I'm not famous. I'm in Tallahassee, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in Tallahassee. I don't have any online events going on. I've been keeping with my own little group. You saw them. They come in with their masks. We dance. We have a good time, and that's what I'm doing. But you got people like Carmen and Shaka that got events coming up, and I was like, you know, I would love for us to be able to talk about some of the things that they have going on as well. Right. And just support everybody as much as we can, and that's what I wanted to do. So
let me interrupt you for just one moment.
Yeah.
And I interview people. Okay, I interview people that interest me. I'm very self-centered. This thing is all about me. Okay, I interview people that I like or am interested in. Now the thing is, I'm very rarely interested in a lot of people, okay? So this is not about you being famous. This is about me wanting to talk to you. So I want to clear that up with you, first of all. I was attracted to your positive energy. It's nothing about being famous. I mean, Shaka's famous and Carmen's famous because she's the only black lady that has a
Not really.
If they didn't have those... I go to play with me on this one. I know none of us are famous except for Shaka. Okay, so I don't know a lot of famous people. Okay? So
I try to tell people I'm famous, but nobody knows.
Carmen, I feel your play. When I go out and they introduce me at these socials and they say Earl Rush was stuck on salsa, and the room is so quiet, you can hear a pin drop. Like,
I've just made my presence very known.
You know,
and I really didn't care if people liked me or not. I let people know, especially in this scene, that I was here and I was going to stay. But I can't know.
There you go. Yeah, but you know, nobody knows any of us. There's some people who don't know Shaka. I say Shaka, they be like, "Who is Shaka?" What I'm saying, there are people that come in and out of this scene. The average life span of a salsa, bachata, or lap dance is 3 years. We've all been around for years. These people come and go. These new people don't know Shaka, Go Earl. They don't know anybody. But the most important thing is they don't really care. They don't care. They don't care what anybody's done or what anybody can do. It's a different generation. So I just want
to
touch on that. I'm like, everybody on the screen has gone through different trials and tribulations because of our color in this scene, but we still have come through and made it well. We all are still having fun because for me it's about fun. For Shaka, it's about the wings and the pretty ladies and the music. Everybody's different from everybody, so it's all good. But we're here, we're hanging in there. But I love the pro-black thing. But I wanted to ask you, you guys, because I came in late. I need to know the address of the Black and the Berry picnic, the details. I'm lost. I don't know what's going on. I hear everybody talking about this black picnic, but I don't know the details.
You said the black picnic. I do know. I can't speak for everyone. I am one of the moderators in the group, so I can't speak for the entire production of that. I do know that it is in the works. I know that the whole COVID situation has kind of got everybody's events shifting a little bit, but I'm looking. I think they believe they would like to have it sometime next year, maybe in April or May. But don't quote me on that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, there you go. That's that with the black picnic. Or it was a barbecue. I don't know. I was intrigued because that would be great if all the black dancers in the country would mingle together. I didn't really know there were that many black people that went into salsa until these groups. That's why I'm intrigued. I'm like, I don't never see nobody in none of these places. And then I see all these hundreds of people on these groups, and I'm like, really? So I liked it, Okay, well, someone else here? Someone else coming in? Let me see who else is there right now. Nope, everyone's here. Okay. So now, Shaka, you're having events. Carmen's having events. We just did an event virtually. So back in the day before COVID, we had to worry about going up against somebody, conflicting schedules live. Now we got to worry about conflicting schedules virtually. It's crazy, So what can you do?
But the cool thing about the virtual schedules is that even when there's a conflict, a lot of them, for people that are interested in going to the events, a lot of them have recordings that'll last for a period of time. So you can definitely still, if you want to support both of the events that are coming up within the next few weeks, you can still support them and maybe do one if it's live during the time, and then maybe do one with the recording. That's the benefit of it.
That is true. I'm loving the virtual thing. I'm getting a lot of business with private lessons. I'm loving the virtual thing. It's a beautiful thing.
The virtual was a challenge.
You'll be able to.
It was a challenge for me as far as teaching it. But yeah.
Shaka had to go hook up my studio. I didn't have anything, but I hooked it up, and I'm getting good business now. I like it. So Carmen,
I like seeing you do your dance too.
I'm just stupid, an old man. I'm nothing but an attention whore. I do stupid stuff because my mother, she worked 2 jobs when I was little, and my father passed at 5. Obviously, I got no attention, none, and I crave attention, so I just do dumb stuff. I'm old. I don't want to grow old gracefully. I always got to be in the spotlight. I'm just a big attention whore, but I'm working on that. So don't pay attention to me in any stupid dances I do and all that. I'm supposed to be into salsa, but every time you see me dancing, everything else but salsa. So don't pay any attention to me. Carmen, when the COVID is over, I'm going to come out to St. Louis Congress. Is it possible that you might could give a black man a discount when I come?
Okay, well, look here. You better give this black sister something too, then, at some of your events. How about that?
I don't have a problem with that.
Don't work with that.
I don't have a problem with that. As I spoke with Miriam today, and I told her I was going to talk to you one day.
Yes.
But now that we're here, you never asked me to help you promote. I would make this thing crazy. But you never asked me for no help.
You don't want to go there with me, Earl. You don't want to go there with me, Earl.
We're gonna keep it positive.
Yes.
All right. So you guys got Stacy coming up and Shaka coming up. She's doing double duty. That means that she's hot because Shaka only messes with people that are serious. And I'm going to make the assumption that you are the same. I've seen some of your lineups, so it looks like you pretty much know how to rate some talent. So I think that means Stacy's pretty hot right now. She's on 2 platforms on the same day, right?
Yes. Stacy is an amazing, talented woman. She's someone who is going to come 100% and bring 100% of who she is in her teaching and her performances. Is really at the top, someone at the top of their game. She's amazing.
Mm.
We've had her in Tallahassee too. We brought her and Johnny to Tallahassee to teach. So I got mad love for Stacy.
Yeah, Johnny Johnson, he's a beast. I mess with him all the time, but he's another very talented brother that's going on. So, Shaka, what is it? Is it a monthly thing? Is it a bi-weekly thing? Do you have a regular schedule for your online workshop, or is it playing it by ear? How's it go?
Well, like everything that's happening, we're working with what works, and you throw out what doesn't work. But at the moment, we're planning on doing it's going to not necessarily bi-weekly, but we're having 2 of them in August. So the next one is going to be in August 15th, and then the following week in August 22nd. So we keep experimenting. As Miriam mentioned, she said that it took her a while to get adjusted to doing online classes, and we're also making the same adjustment. Want to make sure that we're offering people, the best product that we can, and so it's going through phases right now. But 15th.
I do want to brag about them though, because the product that they have when they do the classes, they also have a party where you can listen to music afterwards sometimes, and I really like it because Shaka does the audio visual, and that's good.
Well, Renzo handles the music. If y'all were just looking at the audio visual, you get a little dizzy. We've got Renzo. He's going to be throwing down actually on the 21st. I think he's talking about doing something on the 14th. I'm trying to find out. He might change his mind, but I know he's going to be throwing down on the 21st, so we can keep people. The last time we got some really positive feedback from his set. Folks said that they hadn't been able to listen to any Latin music for a while because they were just depressed in the house, and then Renzo somehow in the middle of it brought it out of them, and they were happy again. So I was like, all right, well, let's do our best to keep people happy, all the way through. So that's what keeps us busy, working on the best way to keep people happy.
So Carmen, I'm curious. I've never been to St. Louis. Is the scene, is it 50-50 on 1, on 2? Is it mostly on 2? Is it mostly on 1? What's the story? I don't know. I never been. What's the story?
Yes. So for the most part, I mean, we've been dancing here for a very long time. Really good friends with Abel Peña. And Abel really came to St. Louis years ago and really helped shape and mold St. Louis. So we're predominantly an on-1 city. However, throughout the years and throughout my travel times, we do have some on-2 dancers. So it's like I said, a little bit more on 1, but we do have a group that does dance on 2. So we can roll with it and rock with it.
Okay, that's good. DC is basically an on-1 town, but for some strange reason, people, because of Shaka and Sinai Gianni, we have a lot of on-2 dancers, but we're not an on-2 town. But it's some kind of, people think it is for some reason. We're basically an on-1 town.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you always hear, especially early, you would hear that big debate against on 1 and on 2. But I mean, when you're a dancer, you love the dance. And so it doesn't matter what timing, just as long as we're able to dance. And there's so much you can get out of both. So
Right.
I really try to, when I teach my classes, I really try to let people understand that when you understand both and you enjoy both, there's so much more creativity that you can come out of that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like both. I know this sounds corny, but I normally let the music dictate when I'm dancing. I mean, sometimes Sometimes it's just mambo. I don't care what you say. You can dance one or two to either one, but sometimes that clave is so strong. I gotta dance mambo, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's all good. I guess Guy's not coming on and Aaron's not coming on, huh?
I guess maybe it got tied up. I know he told me that he had a class, so maybe his class is running over a little bit. But Guy is an amazing, amazing, amazing instructor in South Florida with New Evolution. He has been starting back with his classes. He had class tonight for his salsa and bachata classes. And so he's just very active. He's also working on his PhD. So in the midst of doing that, working on his PhD, having a studio, having a family, and still being able to have another full-time job in IT, like Guy's been really busy. So the mere fact that he offered to be able to come on was a big deal because I knew that he had a lot going on. But what he did with the website has just been amazing. He did all of that himself. So
What is
he
the
just
URL? What is the URL for that?
It's blackcoalitiondancers.com.
Okay. All right.
And right now Shaka is still on there.
I am.
Yep, he's on the page. He's on there. We're getting Serena Spears is the artist that we're promoting for the month of August. So we're getting everything set up for her. We have our board meeting tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll start getting some more things adjusted on it. But Shaka, we haven't had Shaka on there. You like your photo?
You just jumped out at me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got him on there, and really what we're just trying to do is just to choose different artists to promote and focus on the website, and then we share everything about most artists on our Facebook page. If we don't know or you don't tag us, then please come on in and feel free to post stuff on the Facebook page, our group that we have, because we want that. We want you to share. And I can't say that enough, because I don't want anybody to feel like, well, they only share this person. Well, it's because either they tag us or we see it. It's nothing like that. We want everybody to be on there. So we go back sometimes and look at old videos and pull them up, and I'll be like, hey, let's go ahead and share these videos. So we'll do that too. But please encourage the artists to get out there and share themselves. And so we like it. Yay.
I don't know if you see this message, Earl. Aaron said that he tried to come in and you wouldn't let him in. He said you're in like the shoes.
That's
He said
not
you're in like the shoes or something like that.
I don't even know Aaron, so why would I discriminate against him? Everyone else, I never. I mean, I don't like guys in general, but I knew that he was still on, so I would not let him in. He tripping. He tripping.
Well, I know Aaron is amazing. He's in Austin, Texas, and he's an excellent dancer. He's also he was working at a studio. Of course, COVID happened, so a lot of things that he was doing at the studio, he hasn't been able to. So, there he is! Yay!
Okay, now who went out?
Aaron.
Okay,
There's Aaron.
Aaron, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Earl Rush.
And Earl don't like you. Sorry.
No. We're glad you can join in, Aaron. And where are you from, young man? I think I know this dude.
You gotta know Aaron.
Aaron's muted right now.
Aaron, unmute yourself.
Hello.
There you go.
There you are. Hey. Hey, Aaron. Earl asked for you to tell us where you're from. Can you hear?
Oh yeah, for sure. First of all, hi. How y'all doing? Sorry, I'm from work, so I'm kind of like running around right now. So sorry for being late. No, I live in Texas right now, Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How's the scene down there? I mean, well, right now it's not doing anything, but I don't know. Texas, they crazy down there. But before COVID, how was the scene down there, Aaron?
How was the dance scene?
Yes, sir.
I mean, okay. It's good. I mean, like it's a good scene. It's as good as any scene that has a scene. Lots of room for growth. I mean, I'm pretty new to the area. I've been here for about 2 years, so apparently the scene was better as far as salsa goes, Afro Latin dance goes. That's what I've heard.
It's like that it's like that all over the world. Don't worry about that. Like that
I'm not actually worried about it. I kind of go and just have a good time either way. So to me, it's a good scene. That's what I mean. It's a good scene to me. We definitely got a lot of good stuff happening, like Salsa Mania. Austin is dope with my boy Gondo and Alejandra. They throw a dope event, and there's a lot of good stuff happening for sure.
Okay,
definitely.
So, how do you know Miriam, Carmen, or Shaka, or do you know them?
He doesn't know me.
I don't really know anybody. Well, okay, so I know you all, but you all don't know me. That's the best way I can put it.
Okay. Well, we're finding out about you now, young man. Have you ever been to DC at all?
Yeah, I've been to DC for sure. I have family in DC.
Okay. I probably know
them. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay. All right. So, Aaron, are you one of the administrators of any of these positive pro-Black groups?
Yeah, for sure. I'm the Black Coalition of Dancers.
Okay.
That Miriam was actually talking about earlier, I believe. So.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm a member of that. You know, I'm a member of like 800 groups, but I am a member of that group.
That's humbling. It's humbling for me to hear.
And the name of Black Coalition of Dancers came from Aaron.
Okay. All right. I had never met him, or maybe I met him, and I'm old to see now. So
we've all met once, but you all don't remember me. I don't even look the same. I don't even talk the same. So I know all of you.
There's Guy. Yay! Hey, Guy.
And that's Guy right there. I was waiting for Guy to come first. I didn't want to come there first.
All right.
Aaron is shy, Earl. Aaron is a little shy.
I see he was like pulling teeth trying to get this guy to say something, but
he's a little shy.
It's all good. I mean, look, here's how I am. I'm old school. You guys are all cool with me. You know why? Because I know you through Shaka. I know all you guys through Shaka some kind of way. So if you're cool with Shaka, you guys are all cool with me. That's how I am. I'm really old school type of dude.
That's the thing. I don't know if I'm cool with Shaka because I don't know Shaka. So we gotta give you okay right now. Let's give you okay right now. I'm cool with Shaka. Right?
Don't worry about it. You know, earlier we found out Miriam, everybody doesn't like Miriam. So everybody ain't gonna be cool with everybody. So it ain't no thing. My man, Guy, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Captain G?
Help your boy out. He kind of quiet.
I see your lips moving, but I don't hear anything.
Turn your mic on, Guy.
Unless you want us to, you got to start pantomiming.
Oh, there you are. I see Guy now.
Like,
Guy?
Can you talk with your hands? Yeah. Give us something, Guy. Bring on the IT guy.
Well, anyway. At least you tried to come, guys.
He tried to come.
Aaron, I got no problems with you on any way, shape, or form. I don't want you to feel that I've got something against you.
No, I'm just messing. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know. This is a positive interview. We ain't got no beef or nothing going on here. I thought Aaron was just joking. I thought you all knew. Shaka, do you know Carmen, Shaka?
I'm not sure if Carmen and I have interacted recently.
See, it's the same with me. I never said nothing to her. She should have known both of you guys, you and I, by now.
Yeah, that's what's up. Carmen,
this is the thing. We're doing an introduction to family today, and so everybody now gets to know each other, and we're all on a clean slate, so that we can all love each other. Because the reality is, we got each other. We got to be able to love on each other because that's what we need to be doing. We can try. Okay.
I think I'm back. I think I missed the the question. Shaka, I don't think we ever interact, but we've been in the same space.
Okay.
We haven't conflicted. So.
You see what I'm this is all I was trying to say, Carmen. I wasn't trying to start no mess with you. I really wasn't. And you seem to be a very nice young lady. I read people real quickly. If not, I would have cut you out of the interview already. But when I was telling Mariam today, I was saying, I've never talked to this lady. I said, it's either two things. I said, I don't think she likes me, but I said, you know what? I don't think she ever even heard of me. I don't think she even knows who I am. And I just found out that you just started interacting with Shaka. So that's all I was talking about. I wasn't looking for no trouble. That's all.
I don't know. I've been around for a very, like I said, a very, very long time.
Right.
I just wasn't known to people. So that's really what it was. And it wasn't that I wasn't there.
No. I mean, I heard of you. I knew who you were. I'm just saying, one thing why I brought Miriam on is because she's part of these groups, and it should not have taken you, Shaka, or myself this long to have known one another. We do now, and that's why I brought Miriam on, because these groups are bringing us all together. That's all I was trying to say. I love.
No, that's what I really love about this, because it does open up that space so that people are able to connect and see who's out there. I think for the longest time, just not only being an African American promoter in this space, but just being a female promoter in this space, is you feel isolated. So and I could speak on that on some of the other female promoters who are out there as well too. So you kind of get into your own groove, and you kind of move from that point on. So but now, like you said, there is no excuse, because these spaces have been created for us to come together. Absolutely.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it. Guy, did we get your audio straight, guy? No?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
So what's going on? What's up, people?
What's going on, man?
We were waiting on you because your boy
I had class. Students. I had like 8 students, which is like a monumental change for a brother.
Hi, guy.
Did Miriam just go out of the room?
She disappeared.
Miriam just bounced.
Miriam. There you go.
We have to party for her and she leaves. Okay.
I was trying to text God.
Miriam has Metro PCS. She's going in and out.
God.
Why you keep picking on my Metro PCS, guy?
Right.
Because Earl, let me tell you, we had a meeting, right? And the whole time Miriam sounded like the chick from Charlie Brown. What? Hold on.
I needed Shaka to come help me. That's why my virtual classes, I was like, I can't do it no more. You're driving me crazy.
You know when you get a friend of a bunch of black folk, it's gonna be cray. You know this.
Hey, guy. You got this fancy looking microphone, but I'm telling you, it's a piece of trash. It's horrible. I can barely hear you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Come on, man. And who is this guy, Christopher? I don't know nothing about him. He ain't saying nothing. He's shy. What's the story with him?
Dog, this is the first time I'm seeing his face in color. This got me in the room in the dark like a ninja. You can't. This is the first time I'm seeing my boy in color. So this is new for me. Great. So,
you gonna make him get it? Oh, he already left.
Carmen is like, who in the hell are these people? Why are these people here? What's going on?
God, you gotta tell him all the good things you got going on in South Florida, baby. You made it past the hurricane, right?
There was no damn hurricane. I got like a little water, and that was it. You got to understand, Floridians don't freak out until you say category 3, 4, 5. Cats is on the beach on category 1, surfing and hanging out, so having a barbecue. So
It's cracking me up right now.
I'm always like the Shaka no, Aaron no, Earl no, Miriam no.
Wow, this is some crazy stuff, man. They're talking about having a big picnic or barbecue or something. When it's coming, I'm coming down there and we're going to turn that door out, me and you, for sure.
Well, first things first, we got to get past this COVID thing. And then once this subsides, and I think things will get some kind of normalcy. It's not going to ever be truly 100% the same, because I think that fear factor of COVID has gotten everybody freaked out. And as you know, my son has been affected by it. So it's been crazy. So we're just trying to get some sense of normalcy. As long as people do what they gotta do and practicing safe precautions, wearing their mask and keeping their hands clean and keeping their areas sanitized, I think we'll be good.
Okay. Yeah. We're all praying for your son, and we're praying for everybody that has been affected by this disease, And we're praying for people in Florida and Texas, because you guys have no leadership whatsoever, and we're definitely it's great, So.
This has been absolutely amazing. It's like amazing as in crazy. Like people just aren't taking it seriously enough. Now, I'm not saying this is Armageddon, but you need to practice some sort of precautions. Like wearing your mask, having your hand sanitizer, and just doing day-to-day stuff you should be doing, and you wouldn't have a problem.
Right. Definitely. So, guys, people want to know how I know you. I met you at the DC Congress. You come all the time. Why do you come here? Why is that one of your favorite congresses?
Well, I've been going to the DC Congress since 2006. So Shaka did it the first year, so I came afterwards, and the vibe there was always uplifting. The people were always giving. I tell Shaka every year, all the time, after.
And then he freezes.
And he froze.
Okay.
DC Congress, the vibe, the energy, the love, it's just an amazing vibe. And then your crazy ass there, you come out there with the crazy suit. Come on, man, how can you not love it? How can you not love it?
We already talked about that before you came on. I'm an attention whore. Don't pay any attention to me. I got issues. Parents didn't show me enough love when I was young, and I always have to have attention. So, for example, I'm supposed to be salsa, and I'll run and slide across the floor. What does that have to do with salsa? It's
the family environment. It's the family environment. Shaka really incorporates family. Everybody always feels welcome. The vibe, the people there's no drama. There's no. If there was, I've never seen it. In the years that I've been going there, and I've been going there religiously every year, Shaka can attest to this. It's been nothing but good times. The DC salsa scene is off the chain, and I just love being there. So I don't mind. Come on, man. Come on, girl.
Anyway, this has been a fabulous time, and we're going to wrap this up. We want to do a quick wrap up. I want everybody who's of color start supporting everyone. Okay? This is what Carmen and Miriam and Guy and these pro group, even Yuquan got a group. What this COVID has done is help bring Black people together, not only in the Latin city, but people across the world. So this is great, And I'm so proud of Carmen breaking ground, becoming a female promoter in the scene, because I know it's very, very rough. You guys, Shaka and I, we don't complain about it, but you guys don't know, we get it rough too. It's not easy being Black men in a Latin dance field, but everybody's coming together, and I'm very excited about the potential. And I want to thank Miriam, Guy, Carmen, and everyone for starting these pro-Black groups. Support the St. Louis Congress. Support Carmen's event. Support Shaka's event, virtual. Support Black events because we're all we have. You know? So with that in mind, Miriam, I want to thank you so much for coming on, bringing your friends. Carmen, it was a pleasure to meet you. We were off camera.
Hey, Earl, real quick. Carmen, I'm sorry, I never heard of your Congress until we got on the TV. That was the first time I heard of the St. Louis House of Congress. I never heard of it. And I've been in the scene for years. That is so sad. Because typically everybody has their own little circuits of places that they go to. They was like, oh, the St. Louis, what? Where is that at? I had no idea. So I hope you guys have joined and signed up for Black Coalition of Dancers website, stuff like that. So I'm sure Miriam and Aaron have spoken highly about that. I'm praying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole conference is basically having a centralized location where people of color can find all the latest events, venues, artists, promoters that are of color on that site.
That's the modernized green book for Afro Latin dancing. I think it is an amazing just opportunity for all of us to connect, and I really appreciate you, Miriam, Guy, and Aaron and Shauna for just really honing in and putting it together to work with us and just all like Earl said, all the organizations that we have, because now there is no excuse for us not to support each other.
Right. No, it's not at all, and you don't have to worry about nobody not knowing about St. Louis Congress anymore because I know about it. So I know about it.
You want to see me up there? Don't worry about it. I'm coming.
That means everybody know about it. Okay? And so it's real good. You know what? I do know this guy. I do know you. I don't know you, but I know you, Aaron. I know you.
From where?
I know you.
Okay.
But Earl, I've been around for a long time though. We strong on the Congress for a long time though. It's just I'm just putting it out there. I gotta put it out there because it didn't just start like 2 years ago.
I know when your Congress started.
I'm just saying.
No, I know about you. I don't think you know about me.
Earl, please. Okay, Earl, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that, Earl.
So what's gonna happen is we're gonna make sure that Earl knows the date of the event, and we're gonna make sure that everybody participates or tries to participate, because we gotta have love for the peoples. We gotta have love for the people.
I got love for all. I got love for Carmen, Leah, Miriam. I got Stacy. I got love for everybody. I'm just thinking that nobody knows who I am. They just be like,
let me tell you, Earl, we have to know who you are, because you are one of the top promoters and international promoters that are out there. You've been doing it for so long. You just celebrated 17 years with Stuck on Salsa. Every event that you put on has been successful. It's had no less than 400 people at an event. Like, you are one of the top promoters that's out there. And the reality is we got to make sure people know about you too. So if they don't know and they new school, we got to make sure they know about old school.
That's all I've been trying to say.
But that's what I'm telling you.
That's
We're
all.
making sure they know about you, Earl.
What did I tell you today? I said,
Huh?
what did I tell you today? I said, man, I don't think Carmen likes me, or I don't even think Carmen knows who I am.
But it's okay, because remember, I told you there are people. I told you there are people that don't like me, and the reality is, if God loves you, it's okay.
Listen,
Earl trying to go in. Earl trying to go in. We ain't doing that today, Earl.
We're not doing it. If God loves you, it's okay. If God loves you, it's okay. Hold up. Let me give you a hug.
No, listen to this. Listen to me right quick. Carmen, 10 minutes ago, maybe 11 minutes ago, said that this was the first time she interacted with Shaka. That's what she told me. She told me that. And today is the first day that she has interacted with me. Okay, it's not about me. I'm just telling you. Now, it's the problem that we need to rectify. It makes no sense that Carmen has not interacted with Shaka or I. I'm not blaming her, me, or Shaka. I think it's sad that today is the first goddamn time that we have interacted in all these years that we've been in this business. That's all. I'm not picking on you, Carmen. I'm just saying.
No, but I think it's a good point. That's a good point. So now that we have all the groups, where we have the Black of the Berry, the Black Coalition of Dancers, Black Girls Who Social Dance, Black and People of Color, with all these groups, it's allowing us to connect to each other and to remind ourselves, since we're in front of each other online, that we should be connecting and supporting each other. One of the biggest challenges sometimes with us is that when you've been treated wrong in situations, it makes you a little bit cautious as sometimes to know who to trust and who not to trust. And I think being able to participate in the group can help us bring sometimes those barriers down, where we can say, you know what, I'm at least try, you know. And I think right now we gotta try. We gotta try to at least connect with people. And if it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out, right? But we at least can try with the organizations to try to connect. And then if it doesn't work, you got delete and block. Ain't no problem.
Yeah.
I use that. It even says that on my profile. I'm standard with that, right? Delete and block. I'm sorry, God, forgive me, but that's what I do. I gotta have a positive life. It has to be positivity.
Lord Jesus. I didn't come here for the foolishness now. That's what Carmen said, right?
Hey, God, when we do this again, can you get a better mic? Your mic is horrible.
I will be at home. Right now, I'm at the studio. I'm at the studio.
It's so pretty.
Nice. It's real pretty. It's real pretty. Okay.
I'm proud of you.
Shaka was there.
Well,
I'm trying to keep it open now.
Miriam, it was a pleasure to officially meet you, young lady. You turned out to be a great lady. All the bad things I thought about you are gone out the window, girl.
Oh, yay. Yay. That makes me happy.
No, I'm just kidding. I never had any bad thoughts about that. It's all good. It's all good. And we're going to wrap this up right now because Shaka needs some chicken wings. And
where my chicken wings? You know I ain't got nothing but cinnamon in the cabinet. Shaka, where my chicken wings?
You act like a dude sometimes.
Angela was talking when we got back.
Look, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Ma'am, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Officially, right? All good. Carmen, always a pleasure for finally meeting you. So it can't always be a pleasure, but from now on, it will always be a pleasure. Shaka,
Wow.
I'll see you later on sometime this week. We know we got to do. Aaron, I really do know you, though. I know you think I'm broken. It's great to see you again, young man. Guy, stay strong. Miriam, you stay positive and be friendly. And don't worry about everybody liking you because that's just not how it goes. All right? You guys, thank you so much. We're going to support everybody. Thank you so much. This was better show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Miriam, thank you. And Guy, Shaka, Aaron, everyone, be blessed.
Interacting with you, Carmen. You guys be safe.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
All right. We're out.